Good morning, folks. It is 11:03. Today is November 17th, and this is Coffee with Community Services, Alta California Regional Center's weekly service provider meeting. As usual, we will introduce staff and then we will get into our agenda for today. And so on my screen here, I see, I see Helen Neary, our Community Services Manager. I see my assistant, Zach. And let's see, I see Tom from Community Services and Scott, good morning. I see Adriana and Odelia, good morning. And from Client Services, I see Carol. And I see Ethan from Community Services, good morning. And Alicia is on, our HCBS specialist. And I see Jolana is here, good morning. And Marty is on. And Beverly from Community Services, and Kylie's on, and I see Sydney from Community Services, and our housing specialist Rhonda's on, and from Grass Valley we've got Heidi Dilly at Client Services. Ooh, I've got transcription on the bottom of my screen, so I can't see everyone. I think I see Christine Hobbs right there, though, from Community Services, and Jason as well from Community Services, our lead Community Services specialist. And I see Leah, good morning, from Community Services as well, and Client Services Managers. I see BJ on and Phil, two of our residential managers, good morning. Gary's on for Community Services, Rihanna's on from Community Services. We got Christina Lane from Client Services and Kristen Lenardi, who's going to be on our agenda in a little bit from Client Services as well. Jordan and Michelle, our other Community Services Managers, are on. I see Christy on as well. Christy Owasa, good morning, Christy. Let's see, we've got Shauna, Aleja, and I also see Kanisha, Client Services Manager. So good morning, folks. And for our agenda today, we're going to, I think we've got to get Kristen out of here. So we're going to start off with Santa Day. Then we're going to go over to our service provider spotlight, which is Abled. They're going to be doing a spotlight for everyone. And then we are going to get an HCBS update. We've gotten some guidance and information here the last week or so. We are going to give an update on the DSP stipend. We're going to talk about our board meeting last night with our NCI presentation. And then we are also going to be discussing the Caring Futures initiative that the ARC has launched. So lots of things on our agenda for today. We've got 74 folks on, so I'm going to kick it over to Kristen Lenardi to talk about Santa Day first. And Kristen, do I need to let you share your screen or anything?
I'll put it in the chat when I'm done talking. I wanted to see everyone's faces. This is what a great turnout. Thank you for inviting me to this meeting, John. It's the first time I've ever attended Coffee and Community Services, and it's great to see all of you here today. If just kind of giving you a little update on what our Santa Day program is. So this started about over 25 years ago to provide a safe spot for our clients to go. Some of our clients that maybe can't go to the mall to see Santa Claus and wait in line, whether they have behavioral challenges, health issues, etc. So we started this Santa Day program where our clients can come and see Santa, and we try to keep this a sensory free, safe environment for our clients to go. And we tell our providers, our families, your client, check the disability at the door. We're going to celebrate you and all your wonderful abilities, and you get to a nice place to come see Santa Claus. Get a little stuffed toy, and get some snacks. Enjoy, time with.
Uh-oh, I heard a beep and I saw Kristen go away. Everyone else?
That's why I was like, was that my audio or hers? I know, right? Okay.
No, we lost Kristen completely there real quickly. So we did have an announcement last night about the Santa Day, and some of you are aware that Santa Day, though we originally intended it obviously for that kind of lower sensory type of opportunity, over the years it has grown to be a little bit of a sensory occasion when you do come to the regional center. So we actually do have a separate space that is going to be available for folks that might be a little bit overwhelmed by kind of some of the sounds and things. And Kristen she returned for a moment and then it looks like she went away. Let's see if she's able to pop back in for us. Oh, good. Michelle has got the flyer to share. Are you co-hosting right now, Michelle? You're about to be.
Apologies, everyone. I'm back. I apologize for the inconvenience. Sorry about that.
No
The battery
problem.
will die at the most inopportune times. And I was talking about my favorite day of the year at Alta. So again, my apologies, everyone. So Santa Day is Friday, December 8th, and it's from 10 until 4 at Alta. And you know, it's a busy day. And so, you know, we our clients are welcome to come for all of the day, come for a, you know, a little bit of the day and leave. But a lot of our clients come and stay all day long, and it's a celebration. This year we're doing something a little different. Last year we're really trying to celebrate different cultures and ethnicities and different holiday traditions. And so we've got one of our rooms, we've got some wonderful booths that are set up for this year's Santa Day, celebrating many, many different holiday traditions, different cultures, different ethnicities. Really nice place to be able for clients to go table to table and learn about other holiday traditions and other ethnicities. And then we have another room where we're going to have our Santa everybody will get a free picture with Santa Claus to take home with them. We print the pictures up that day, and so clients may have to wait. We're pretty mainstream. We've got it down pretty good. Got it down to a science now where we take the pictures and we print the pictures up, and then we have a runner that will go find the family to take their picture with Santa to them. Everybody will get it. Every client that goes to visit Santa will get a toy. We're going to be making some Alta teddy bears this year. Teddy bears that have cute little Alta shirts on, and so every one of our clients will get one of those T-shirt bears. And then we have little snacks that we offer, prepackaged snacks that we offer of our clients, and some refreshments. We might have the Warmline Family Resource Center here helping making ornaments, different types of crafts and different kinds of games. So it really is a wonderful celebration for our clients. And we hope to see you there. There are more opportunities if you are interested in volunteering. There's plenty of volunteer opportunities for that day because it is it's our largest event of the year, and we do have a lot of our clients here. So if you are interested in helping, we would love to have you. So please maybe reach out to John, and then John can kind of reach out to me. We can get you set up with a volunteer opportunity. But we do have we have it translated into Spanish, and we're currently in the process of having our flyer translated into other languages as well. It's just not finished yet, but we will be offering that Santa Day flyer to our families in different languages. Does anybody have any questions?
I was just going to say, I think we all know at this point that reach out to John means reach out to Zach Horch, zhorch, altaregional.org.
Nice to meet you, Zach.
They know how to reach me for the most part.
Perfect.
Yes, let's Zach, drop that in the chat there, because also want to make sure people reach out to you if there's questions about another item a little bit later too. So thank you, Zach.
And I will include my email, actually, now that I think about it. If you are interested in volunteering, you could reach out directly to me, because I'm on the Santa committee. And then just a little back story, I'm a manager for the Early Start program, but I've been on the Santa committee for over 20 years, and it's my heart, and we absolutely love celebrating our clients. So we hope to see you there. Let your clients know about it. It's a really wonderful celebration, and our clients look forward to it every year. So we look forward to having Santa Day this year, Friday, December 8th.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Kristen. I don't know if any service providers want to, share their experiences with Santa Day over the years. We certainly see many of you that come through and bring individuals, and certainly folks that have participated as well. So, I just really want to encourage folks, please, this is a big day for the regional center. It brings a lot of enjoyment to folks. And, I know it was a few years ago watching when we had that roll of Elk Grove school buses that came running through with all the kids, and that was something else to see, when we had the big school buses. But again, the vans full of clients coming from home and from programs, it's awesome. So looking forward to that very much. And again, you can reach out. Kristen will drop her, if you're an agency, big picture agency, you want to help out and contribute to this day, reaching out directly to someone on our Santa committee would be good. And you guys can always reach out to Zach as well if I need to get involved with any of the discussions too. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. You got 84 folks on right now, Kristen. So the message is widely out there, and we'll be sending out more information via our MailChimp that we send out. So as we have more flyers and more things to share. Did we put a flyer in the chat? Or let's see. Let's do that. If we can, drop the flyer in the chat beforehand, before we're done with the meeting today, so folks can download that. And of course, I think hopefully it's on the events calendar, because we're going to jump over to the events calendar later for Alta, and maybe it's on there as well. So thanks again, Kristen.
Thank you.
All right. Michelle Duchesne, I believe you have a service provider spotlight.
I do. I think Kara's team is here from Abold. sure I think they were going to be a few minutes late, but is the Able team on?
I think they are.
Just the program director.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Thank you. I do have a PowerPoint presentation. I don't know if you'd like to give me the power to share screen at least.
You
but it
have
does-
you have the power.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. But let me pull that up. My apologies. So we are a new program, recently vendorized through Alta. We are a job training activity center. Sorry, I can't multitask. Let me get my screen up. Okay, one moment, sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Oh. I'm sorry, let me just get my screen. There we go. Okay, and then let's pull this up. Oop, right here. Okay, so we are a job training activity center based out in Orangevale. So we're a 505 job training center. We started in March of 2020, but we're looking for individuals who are willing to, or who are wanting some support in regards to building their job employment skills.
I don't think we quite
Sorry,
have
yeah.
PowerPoint loaded yet.
Oh, it's not, I'm sorry.
It says you're screen sharing. It just doesn't show anything that is sharing yet.
Okay. Okay. Is it showing now?
It's not. But you might want to, you can drop the presentation into the chat and then we can share it for you.
Okay, that would be great. Oop. Okay, well, so it's myself, my program director, or I am the program director. Kara Green is our executive director, and Catherine is our program coordinator. We're operating Monday through Friday, from 8 to 4, but that's so 8 to 4 is operational hours. 9 to 3 would be preferred if individuals are able to get there by then. We gave an hour window prior and an hour window after, just for pickup and drop off. Our intention is for equitable, sustainable employment for our individuals, however that looks for them. So if it's part-time, full-time, I mean, ultimately our goal is full-time without any Social Security support, but that's also dependent upon the individuals. So, you know, that's our end goal for the individuals, but we're also very client-centered and willing to help them and support them in whichever directions they prefer for employment, whether that's volunteering and maybe a day or maybe only working 1 to 2 days. But the individuals we're trying to serve are that transitional aged program individual or even older. We have a young man who just recently got vendorized with us and he's 27. So, you know, they're still adults, but we're willing to help anybody who's willing to be part of our program and do the work. You know, this weekend we have so once a month we do a social gathering for everybody that's open for everyone who are, they don't have to be a participant with us. But if they just want to have some social time and hang out and maybe have some freedom from parents, you know, we're more than happy to accommodate that. But right now for the Job Training Activity Center, we're at a 1-to-6 ratio. And so, you know, we're trying to capture those individuals who, again, want to work and are wanting that extra support. Let me make sure I'm kind of touching bases on all my slides. This slide will have all of our information, but we're off of Greenback and Hazel. And you know, right now we don't have a waiting list. So we're taking referrals. Like I said, I think with Alta, we're vendorized for our first year for up to 30 individuals. Right now we have 5 secured and on our records. And so we have about 25 spots available for more individuals to come in. You know, and so we appreciate any and all referrals. But again, we're looking for that transitional aged young adult who's trying to get into the workforce. Maybe they're, you know, we've just received a couple of individuals who've graduated from Laurel Rough and they've just kind of been waiting around and seeing what's out there or waiting for another waiting list to open up for them to get in. So right now, like I said, we don't have a wait list. We're just waiting to get our clients in. First day of operation will be December 4th. But again, that's with the 5 clients we have. And so we're hoping to build that clientele list and serve those who are being underserved.
Very cool. Real quickly, and I may have missed it, the areas that you do serve, so individuals that live where?
If they're able to get here, we're able to serve them. We have a young man that's coming from Elk Grove. So, he's coming to get our support, and we're not beholden to any area at the moment because we're all in-house. It's, the in-house employment skill building. So if they're able to get to us within those days, in those hours, we're willing to help serve them. So, and then the only issue is that we don't have a nurse on hand. So we're, beholden to that 1-to-6 ratio. And without, if they're taking medications in the morning or during program hours, it's kind of that gray area. If they have service providers that are able to come in to provide that for them, that's great. But we are unable to provide those services. So it's just as a safety concern as well. And as well, if depending on the clients you're serving, we're trying to be out in the community more. The next step for us is getting that 950 community-based vendorization with Alta as well. So the curriculum we currently have runs about a year. And so we're hoping within that, after that year, they would graduate into that 950 program. And then after that, we're hoping to, even within that time frame, we're hoping to make some connections and build those bridges with the employers around it in our community. But once those individuals are able to get into that 950 program, we would like to focus within those areas that they are currently living. So building their communities, giving those skills and building those skills, but then eventually translating that to within the communities that they are located around.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I will open it. Is it okay if we open it up for questions for folks?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, please. Let's see. Let's see.
So we're gonna put in the chat. We're gonna drop oh, there we go. Is there info, program info? Yeah. So if you can.
Yeah. So I just put my website. I'm trying to get the PowerPoint, how to share that in the actual chat without it. It's a Google Drive PowerPoint. So I'm gonna share it, but hopefully I could just give you guys all permission and access.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate it and always like to hear about new programs that are being vendored. And, I don't know if this is a good opportunity for us to share what we were talking about a little bit earlier, which is just the really unprecedented number of new programs that are interested in being vendored right now. And our community services specialists are all working very hard to process the number of vendorizations that we have. But I had an opportunity to have some statewide discussions about this yesterday with other regional centers, and then individual discussions with North Bay Regional Center and Valley Mountain Regional Center. And they also are really just experiencing what Alta is, which is a unprecedented amount of people that are interested in starting up new services across the services types too. So whether we're talking about new people that want to be, psychologists, new people that want to be transportation providers, new people that want to open up care homes, new people that want to open up ILS agencies, new SLS agencies, there's just, again, across so many of our different service codes right now. So we are doing the best that we can on our end to staff up our department to ensure that we can process all the vendorizations. Very happy to have Able on as a new one. And, as we, work with you and grow with you, see you expand to other service codes and other, look at getting that 950 done, and it'll be exciting. Eric, hand up. Yes, sir.
I'm curious, if you talked with those other regional centers, why?
Why are there so many?
Well,
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't necessarily know that I know why there are so many new people wanting to do vendorizations. I think, on the residential side of things, I know that there were some service providers when interest rates went up, had some real estate and looked at, turning homes into care homes. But I also know that there's folks that have been waiting, for quite some time with CCL and had already gone through that process. I think we told you, but we got 31 new residential requests in just the month of July, like for 31. And it's really, again, nothing compared to that. So I don't know if it's coming out of COVID, but regional centers. And then with that too, we're also dealing with the expansion of our service types as well, right? We've got, the different things that regional centers are processing, along with all of the workforce initiatives as well. So it's, it's an interesting time. And I think for us, I mean, with the expansion of at least 1,200 net new clients annually at our regional center, and we went over the numbers a little bit at our board meeting last night, just about the growth of the regional center and the, we have so many people that become inactive annually, but then we have so many new folks that come through intake and have eligibility. So it's again a necessity that we have all the service providers to meet the needs of those individuals. So we're going to keep processing all the vendorizations we can. Michelle Ramirez.
Yeah, so this question is for Dara. Can you share a little bit about what does the average day look like for a client that's in your program? You said that they're there from 9 to 3 ideally. Is that accurate?
Well, more hours wise, yes, ideally, right? I mean, we want everybody here Monday through Friday, 9 to 3, but we also understand they're adults. There's other things going on. It's just, so in the morning we were talking about doing the curriculum, and then in the afternoon, more of the practicum. So like I said, I have a curriculum based off of just employment skill building. So what does it look like to build a resume all the way up to keeping employment? And so, it adapted for our individuals. I mean, some might go through it a little bit faster, but our intent is having kind of a group hour in the morning, giving everybody a chance to just kind of wake up and get in and start the day, do some of that curriculum work. But then we want to be able to do some breakouts and do some of those hands-on experience. And so that's that's our main focus, is just emulating a lot of those job skills that they might see out in the community here on our facility. But then it's more of just building that foundation of base skills that can translate to whichever job they choose. So, how do we check our email if there's an employee portal? What is our paycheck going to look like, and what taxes might be taken out, or, working with them in regards to their Social Security and how many hours they can truly work, if that's their goal, to keep that. But it's pretty much from the ground up all the way to once you're actually employed. And then even after that, our intention is to be able to serve those individuals similar to what Department of Rehab does. So even if they're, they have a job for 2 years and they're okay, but they want to come back and we help them revamp their resume, or maybe annually we help them recert in food handlers permits. Again, however that looks, that we could support them to maintain that employment and or, gain that employment.
Thank you so much. And then lastly, could you put your email in the chat? I know that you put the PowerPoint in there, but I clicked on the link and it's asking me to request permission. So I definitely want to connect with you. We definitely have some clients here at CBIM that are definitely needing that type of support. And I would love to collaborate and have them go your way for that support.
Oh yeah, we are, and sorry, yes, we would love to collaborate as well. Part of what some of the micro business that we were talking about for our facility to help our individuals build job skills is also opening our facility up as a kind of an event planning. So if there's other smaller nonprofits out there that might not have a site, they could come to us and utilize our conference room and maybe have a meeting, or if they want to do some trainings, we would like to open up our facility to that as well. So, I mean, clients obviously is our main goal, but if there are other individuals and other smaller organizations that we're able to help serve, we want to be able to serve our community however that looks. So
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And then I'll put that in the group chat.
Excellent. Thank you very much. All right. Any other questions?
Oh,
very cool.
Real quick, sorry. If feel free to request, I mean, request that permission, you guys. I'm still trying to figure out how to share it in the group chat specifically, so don't hesitate. Well, I'll give you permission.
So I think if you do this, I think if you download a version of it to a PowerPoint or to a PDF,
okay,
and then you should be able to add the PDF into the chat.
Okay, perfect. Let me get that going for you guys.
Cool. All right. Thank you very much.
You.
And Michelle, what's the plan? How are we doing this? Do people need to reach out to you to be the next spotlight?
Yeah, so if you're interested in doing the next vendor spotlight, I'll put my email in the chat. You just let me know and I'll let you know what dates we have available.
And again, you know, we have a lot of, and I certainly read off the names of the managers that are here, but we have a lot of, you know, service coordinators, lead service coordinators, and other folks that are here today. And then, you know, when you have a service like CBIM as well, you know, that's, it's nice to be able to think about it because CBIM is one of those fills in the gaps for the needs of the individuals that we serve. And so they cross different service types, you know, so things like that you can bring back to your planning team meetings that you learn here as service providers is very valuable. So good stuff. And Michelle's email is in the chat. If you would like to be the next person to be, but we would like to do this as much as possible. I'm going to throw it over to Alicia. And Alicia, do you need to share your screen at all? I don't know if I think so, right? Okay, let me
No.
co-host anyways, just for fun. And you are good to go.
Hi, so I just wanted to announce that we are going to start HCBS evaluations in December. Between the 3 HCBS specialists, we'll be doing about 40 to 45 evaluations a month. So we will be sending out letters if we're coming to your program that say like, we'll be showing up in December, we'll be showing up in January. You'll find a few weeks before the start of the month. If we will be coming to visit you. Our first set of letters will be going out either Monday or Tuesday of next week. Our review is going to be some behind the scenes stuff and then some in-person stuff. So we are going to be looking at your program designs. And I know that all of you spent a lot of time and effort updating them to make sure they're HCBS compliant, but we need to make sure that what we have on file here at Regional Center is what we need. We'll be looking at IPPs to look for modification processes if those are in place to make sure that they're being followed correctly and that they're written into those IPPs correctly. We will be doing a site visit, an unannounced site visit, sometime during the month that you're assigned, where we come make sure that people like have privacy in their bathrooms and bedrooms and that like we don't have areas of the house locked up where clients should have access. And then the biggest portion of our evaluation will be a client interview. We're interviewing 10% of all the clients at every service code. Because HCBS is not dictated by where you are in a community, but by the experiences of the individuals who use your service. So that's the basis of it. We are holding office hours 3 times a month, every month, and that will be outlined in the letter too. You can email HCBS at Alta Regional to sign up for one when your evaluation is coming up, and we will review over the evaluation with you and answer any questions that you have. So if you don't come to our office hours, we're still coming to your program. So if you decide to skip it in hopes that we won't show up, no luck there. Anyway, I think that's all I've got for right now.
So I'm going to ask some questions, and then just because I want to make sure everyone is fully understanding things here. Again, not all providers will have this done, correct? So for those that are on here right now, if they went through it with us, months ago, they're going to be going through it again. If they're newly vendored, they would be new ones added to our list and hadn't gone through it, you know, but they were vendored in such a way that their program designs should certainly be in alignment with because they were newer vendors, right? So I believe the number was somewhere around 500, and that's why we have to get started. Can you share with folks a little bit about what you've learned about the due dates for these and the time and why we are kind of rolling here with Alta right now to get going? So the due dates.
Yeah. So, well, I did want to mention those are congregate disability specific programs. So if you have a one-on-one program, like you only serve one-on-one, like ILS, transportation isn't on my list. SLS isn't on the list for now. We will be figuring out how to assess those settings for person-centeredness, but for now it's just congregate disability specific. We have been given until February 29th, because it's a leap year, to get to 25% of all of our programs, which is about 500. So we need to get to 25% of those by the end of February. And we have until the end of August to visit all 500 plus settings in person. And we have until December of 2024 to make sure everyone is 100% compliant. So the sooner we get to your program, the sooner you can work on any issues that need to be resolved, and we can get you off of my list.
So if you're still on that list, or if you get yourself on that list and we have issues, there's a end of August deadline, but we have till December. And so I'm going to try to explain my understanding of why that is, which is that we might have to, for example, convene a planning team and move individuals out of congregate settings if there is a lack of compliance towards the end of that time period. Like there is repercussions at this point for service providers that are in that situation. And so we have to provide an opportunity for like appeals processes, and we have to provide opportunities for service coordinators to be able to meet with clients with the findings. And so that's why the deadline, even though it's supposed to be December, it really is at the end of August to be able to give time for some of those activities. And I know DDS has laid this out in some guidance that was shared with the HCBS specialists. I met with Vicki Smith this week. She was at Alta. She's the deputy director at DDS that is overseeing the HCBS activities. I will say that we are awaiting some guidance that is going to be finalized by the department as it relates to this, but the deadline of 25% does not move from the end of February or March 1st, the fake March 1st. But it's not going to move away from February 29th as long as we wait for DDS's guidance. What we did learn is that the processes that Alicia and Kylie and soon Marty and possibly others will be doing in these activities are not going to need to be changed once DDS comes out with some type of different process. And so with that, I feel very confident that we can, get some of these started right now. And so these guys are going to get going and begin working on these. And then I will be working with the Department of Developmental Services and ARCA on the release of the information for the service providers and everyone else. So I will just say those meetings are coming up at the end of the month. And so I will be able to update you all very directly because as it was last time, right before we did the paper compliance, we're going to give some technical assistance, it looks like, to the department to make sure that we can get the appropriate guidance out. So we've been waiting. It sounds like we're still going to be waiting a little bit longer for more of the guidance, but Alicia's plan that she's laid out here is where we're going to be starting with in order to accomplish what we need to. Michelle Duchesne or Kylie or anyone else about HCBS? Any other questions about HCBS? The sticking your head in the sand thing will not work whatsoever. So I just want to reiterate what Alicia talked about last time. Like, we did so much to provide technical support to get people through the last phase of it. Please believe that we're here to do it once again as well, but we just need you to communicate with us because it'll just make the process so much easier. Come get the information. It's not going to go away. Attend the sessions that are available to work on this. And Alicia, we're going to be sending out stuff to all vendors about these upcoming opportunities. Okay, awesome. Michelle Duchesne, anything else on that? No, I saw a no. All right, then we are going to jump over to DSP stipends, and we are, unless there's something in the chat. Sorry, let me jump the chat real quick. It includes, thank you. You should put the specifics in there. Okay. We also, as we do every Friday before we have this meeting, we meet with our accounting department to get updates on things to be able to share it with service providers. And so Michelle, DSP stipends.
Yeah, sorry about that. Can you hear me now, John? I don't know what was going
Perfectly.
on. Okay, perfect. So right now we're continuing to process. My team, Raven, Belinda, are reaching out to vendors for the confirmation. So for October, I have about 3,500 DSPs that completed for the end of September and the beginning or in all of October. So out of those, we have sent out all confirmations, and we have about 500 that we haven't received confirmation for. So go ahead and just make sure to continue to check your email on that. For November.
Just real quickly, as it relates to that, before we jump to if you've received this, and for some reason you as a service provider have some issue with it and you don't want to send it back to us or whatever, please contact us and let us know this. We need to have a back and forth communication about if you are planning on not supporting your staff in getting paid for these things, because we don't want time to go by where we're not just hearing responses back. If that's because, and I say this because I have not heard of this issue going on in our catchment area yet, but I have heard about it at other regional centers. And so we put ourselves here every single week to communicate with you all, and I'm hoping that you all would not be the ones that aren't responding back to us. But we just want to make sure that communication is there. I think Michelle Ramirez has a question before we move on to November. Michelle.
Yes, I was just curious, once you confirm your participants who completed the training, Iqbal had shared that it was going to be a separate payment, not rolled out in your regular e-billing. Some regional centers are doing an e-billing portal, so I wasn't really clear. Are we supposed to do anything with an e-billing to bill for the piece of the stipend that the agency receives and the reimbursement? So there's just one clarification. I was just curious if there could be some correspondence about that sent to us, that would be great.
I promised Michelle Duchesne that she wouldn't have to talk about the accounting side of things.
Okay,
so,
well then,
but I will. And
yeah.
but we did have that discussion with Robin this morning. Some of you may be well aware that we did load them into e-billing and that we have paid people out through e-billing at the beginning of this. I'm assuming we paid some of you all because we got 91 folks on. That one of you were probably one of the ones that saw it in your e-billing. And my understanding is that everyone that we dropped into e-billing at the beginning of November was able to successfully bill on those. We are working on that process to be able to separate it and provide you all very clear communication. Robin and Iqbal and I are going to be working on that and figure out whether or not the communication, some of you are aware we can pop up messages within e-billing to kind of differentiate things, but I need something in writing very clear immediately that is done. Or I just need you guys all to be able to bill December 1st on these. I don't know if that makes sense. We have a 30-day deadline to get all these things processed. So I'm pleased that we've already paid out folks through e-billing for a bunch of these, but we've got a whole ton more to do. So please stay tuned for more discussion about this, because we just discussed it this morning. Iqbal is going to be kind of giving some guidance to Robin about it. And then we're going to put something in writing for it and get it out to you guys. So that's where we're at. Again, I know, so I apologize kind of for those of you that had it in your e-billing, but I am happy that you were able to successfully get the money paid out that way. So, but we could have done a better job for those of you that did it in letting you know that those were going to be popping up in your e-billing. So anyways, that being said, we're going to try to get it figured out in advance of December 1 for when people go to bill again, because we want to get these folks paid out. We've got 200 folks loaded in right now, I believe, for reimbursements. So, right? Isn't that what she said, Michelle? I believe we have 200.
Correct. Yeah.
And then, but obviously you just heard we have 3,500 that came through the portal too. So there's a lot of these that we're operationalizing. Michelle, you were going to jump to the month of November, I think.
Yeah, so for the month of November, we so far have 912 DSPs that we are beginning to send out those confirmation emails. And just keep in mind, the confirmation emails are going to the primary contact that we have in Sandus. We have had several providers reach out to us and ask that we send it to a different email. So if you do have a preferred email, please just go ahead and I will put the email into the chat, the DSP stipend@altaregional.org. And we are sending those out. Going back, if we haven't heard from you, we're sending them out weekly. So just keep an eye out for that.
All right. On the same kind of vein of the workforce initiatives, I do want to, last night we had our board meeting, and Kelly Pennington, who is our delegate to the Association of Regional Center Agencies Board of Directors, said that there was an announcement made at the last ARCA Board of Directors meeting that Alta had the most utilization of the DSP, and she said stipend, but she meant the DSP surveys. So of the DSP surveys that went out, our regional center had the most utilization of service providers that participated in that. So I know I forced Eric Champa to be one of our early people that talked to you all about the importance of doing those DSP surveys. And so I just thank you for taking those opportunities. I know it was like what, $8,000, I think, for doing that as an agency, but even more so, you want to be able to give a message to DDS about what you are all going through, and being able to provide them that direct data, I think, can be nothing but helpful. So I just want to give you guys kudos, because it came out in our board meeting yesterday, and that I think that speaks to a lot of the communication that we have with our service providers. And I really appreciate that you guys have really join in lending your voice to the support of these workforce initiatives that they are trying to do through DDS. Certainly things like the DSP stipend are a challenge, trying to operationalize them. And for you as service providers, recognizing you've got 21 different regional centers all doing it a different way right now. And that is very unfortunate. But we all also have different setups within our regional centers on what we can and can't process. So with that being said, we'll continue to provide you updates on the DSP stipends, and we want to encourage you to have folks keep doing it. Garrett Broadbent gave a discussion last night to our board of directors and just talked about why it's such a great idea to have your DSPs participate in the DSP stipend and get that training. So more people. Okay, let's see. Last night we did have our NCI presentation. That's the National Core Indicators that occurred before our board of directors meeting. And I thought it was very well done. We had a great team of staff internally that did it, and also had George Lewis from State Council that came and participated in the presentation as well. There was a question that came up last night about the NCI presentation. First, the information about the NCIs, I'm just going to drop it in the chat real quick. Because some people are interested in it and some people aren't. I used to oversee NCI for like 10 years for our regional center, and I don't anymore. And I really appreciate the way that they are now professionalizing it. They're making us post the results. We do big public meetings about the data. And so again, having people do all of these surveys and it not being able to get the feedback utilized like really doesn't make a lot of sense. So I appreciate the feedback. And then, you know, obviously we can use that in making our hiring decisions, our policy decisions based off of the National Core Indicators feedback. So you can see that in there too. And we will be posting the PowerPoint, I believe, is what we told everyone. For a couple things I want to share, let's see, let me share my screen real quick. I want to talk about the Caring Futures initiative. I don't know if anyone else is involved with the ARC of California that might be familiar with the Caring Futures initiative. That might be on here right now, but are you guys seeing my shared screen? Yep, thank you, Zach. I saw that big thumbs up there. So this is the Caring Futures Initiative. This is a grant that was received by the ARC of California, and it is something very near and dear to us here at Alta California Regional Center with our Coordinated Future Planning Initiative. This is training that folks can specifically receive classes on future planning. So designing a support plan for your family member. They have 6 weeks a live online class series, and then they also have self-care matters for caregivers. They're looking at building up their content. I think this was about an $800,000 grant that was given through the Department of Aging, and CalGrows, I believe, is administering it. For our purposes, for our Coordinated Future Planning Initiative, the people that are working on this, Betsy Katz, who's one of our members of our Coordinated Future Planning Initiative, and Daphne as well at Alta are big folks behind this. But one of the things that I wanted to share about this, which was kind of cool as I go through it, is looking at their resource library that they're putting together. And one of the things that they put for their resource library is what I have shared, which is our Disability Housing Alliance that we have in our local area. And it's a group of parents and family members and self-advocates who are dedicated to increasing housing options for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And so it's kind of neat. They've got a ton of resources on here that people can check out, and we're going to be sending this out, I think, widely. They're going to be doing a number of these training kind of modules. So the website is available in Spanish as well. It natively translates like immediately. And they also have Spanish speaking staff that are supporting these discussions and trainings as well through the grant. So again, I think this is a fantastic complement to the work that we're doing already through Alta with our Coordinated Future Planning Initiative, which really looks at those planning team discussions and making sure that we're putting that importance on the future planning. But then what we are working towards is how we can then kind of do a warm handoff to some of these tools that are available through the ARC as well, for our service coordinators to provide as resources to our clients and families during planning team meetings. So more on that. We're kind of working on our next coordinated future planning trainings at Alta. We're going to have them at the end of January, beginning of February, and then we're going to look at rolling out some of the additional trainings through Caring Futures, because we want to also bring that to clients and families directly to complement, again, the training that we're doing for service coordinators through our coordinated future planning initiative. So I'm going to drop the Caring Futures. Let's see, right into the chat here so you can take a look at that. And let's see, I'm going to jump over to our Alta website as well. And I'm going to share my screen. We'll take a look at the events calendar for some things that we've got coming up here at the Regional Center. We have, here we go, events calendar. So you can see some of the articles here that go into it, but I always just like to go to the calendar to let you know what's coming up. And then you can see the links to some of the specific things that we have. I certainly would love to promote upcoming vendor fairs. So it looks like, or vendor forum, excuse me. So it looks like we've got Adult Day and Employment Forum on November 30th. And we have a micro enterprise fair, was I think the following week. So we don't have Carly here today, but I think by now folks are pretty familiar with what the micro enterprise fairs were. Some of you might remember we had Blue Heron, one of the participants from Blue Heron, do a presentation last night about his micro enterprise selling his hot chocolate bombs. Some of you might remember it from our Alta newsletter a little while ago. And so he came last night and did a presentation on his cake pops and hot chocolate bombs that he makes. And so he'll be there, I believe, for the Micro Enterprise Fair on the 5th. This is a great opportunity to have folks, be able to sell their wares. I believe you can still sign up for it. You need to reach out to Carly, I believe. If I click on it, it should give me a link that lets me know if you want to reach out to Carly directly. That would be great, and she can get you set up. So any questions about the Micro Enterprise Fair? Definitely a good opportunity for all of our staff, obviously, in the Sacramento office, or if people travel to it, to pick up some gifts and things as well. And I believe the Santa Day stuff, Michelle, that we were not able to share is available right here in the Santa Day. So if we click on, was this the flyer, Michelle? Let me know. I think it was.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so here's the flyer that we have for Santa Day as well. So if you, again, go to our website and get on there, you can also see that we've got one in Spanish too, that is on our website. So hopefully folks will encourage our clients to show up there. And if you are interested in helping out, that would be appreciated as well. Anything else big within the upcoming, let's see, we got Residential Vendor Forum as well in December.
We do have a day in employment, I believe, on the 30th of November.
Yes, we do. And so if you have some agenda items for that, please don't hesitate to not contact Bobby Powell, please. But definitely.
Yeah, we had it. I asked to update it. So Jason is in there. I will
He is.
update the name there.
Right
Bobby
on.
will not answer, but
That makes
Jason
me
will.
sad. That makes me miss Bobby now that I saw that. All right. All right. So let's see. Micro Enterprise Fair. Jordan and Michelle or Helen, do we have anything else that we forgot to go over? And do we have anything in the chat that we need to clear up because we said something wrong? Oh, BJ got the cake pops. I know Herman bought some last night too, because it went for the presentation. So
And John, I was going to share my screen and just remind folks about the Alta Christmas tree at the Capitol. So let me share.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, because
Yes,
that's
please.
a cool
So
opportunity.
let me ask real quickly. Last night, did you guys get the message from Alta Action about our Christmas tree decorations? Some people, hopefully, if you're a service provider of ours. Okay, I'm seeing
Okay.
some nodding heads. All right, good.
You guys seeing my
This is-
screen okay? Mhm.
This is the message that went out to folks, and this was also announced. This was the great announcement that we were trying to give at the PAC meeting a week ago. Remember the cryptic announcement was like, Lori wants to reach out to you guys and give you a message. It's because we weren't exactly sure when we could release the information about there being 21 separate Christmas trees for each of the regional centers. And for some of you, I don't know if any of you would remember this, but back at Sonoma Developmental Center, they used to do that every Christmas. We'd have a little Christmas tree set up for all the different units all up and down the developmental center. So I don't know, I kind of like the idea of doing individual ones for the regional centers. And so where's an opportunity, couple opportunities. One is You can certainly send in ornaments. There's some rules there on what the ornaments need to look like because the ornaments require them to be outside and weatherproof. Our client advisory committee has said that they would like our tree that we are going to be decorating for the Christmas tree lighting to be a snowflake theme. And so we are asking people that if they hand make ornaments that they be snow flaky, I guess, and made of something that is going to last outside. And again, that should be there in the message. And that's straight language from DDS. And I think I will actually be out there decorating the tree on that day with your things. And also, and I'll be certainly roping Michelle and Jordan into this, and any other client services manager that will not be participating in the training that all of our staff are going to during this time period. But we're going to be hosting from 2 to 4 p.m. on November 28th, a snowflake ornament making party hosted by John Decker. And EMT, hopefully you're going to be with me too, whoever's there, and any other managers, because I don't want to make ornaments for everyone. But we are going to be inviting folks into our Redwood room, I believe, for a couple hours to do ornaments. And then we are going to be laminating them so that they can go onto our tree. So we're going to have an opportunity for you to send in or drop off or come make ornaments for this tree, and then we'll be taking them down there to decorate. And any questions about that?
I got lots of crafty folks in my unit, John. So if you need help making snowflakes, I'll send them your way.
It is. I know we have a required line staff training at that time, but many of our managers have already gone through the training, so maybe they.
Oh, there we go.
They might be willing to be there with hopefully Camelia and Jennifer and I. So, all right. Anything else about? Let's see. We've got Christmas tree lighting. Obviously, you're all welcome to attend the Christmas tree lighting as well, December 5th. I think 4 o'clock the festivities begin. 5 o'clock they're going to light the tree. And let's see, what time for the ornament party again? The ornament party is going to be on November 28th from 2 to 4 p.m. Is that right, Jordan?
That's correct.
And this would have gone out via the Alta Action or whatever the email is, our MailChimp server, but it only went out to people that were down as service providers because we want to get it out to you service providers to see if you want to work with folks to, and certainly appreciate that it's a very short time frame, but that is what we've been given by the department. So hopefully everyone will participate, and hopefully you can come out there and see the tree lighting out at the west side of the Capitol. It'll be at.
Cool.
All right. Anything else, Helen or Michelle or Jordan?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Obviously, we won't have coffee next week for those that celebrate Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Day of Thanks. We're thankful for everybody on here.
I never remember the holidays. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Mhm.
And I will look forward to talking to folks. We'll be back the Friday after that, and probably some HCBS updates at that point, because we'll have had a couple more meetings before then, and certainly DSP stipend updates. But we want a vendor to be spotlighted, so please reach out to Michelle Duchesne, because we'd like to do as many of those as possible. All right, thank you all very much, and I see a shout out to Stephanie for oh, there you go, for all the years. Is Stephanie Simon on right now? If she is, Stephanie, you've been an amazing vendor, and I absolutely am going to miss working with you. She's always been very religious at attending these meetings as well. All right. Take care, folks. Oh, and Abel, you're going to got something for us real quick?
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to reiterate to let you guys know, every Friday we have an open house for service coordinators to come and see our program. So it's within, there's the link in our, or there's a QR code within the PowerPoint for you guys to just sign up. That way we just have some snacks and stuff to give to you guys, but you guys are more than welcome to come anytime from 10 to 2 on Fridays.
Please go out and visit programs. Please go out and talk to folks in person. It will really help you out. And so thank you very much for that offer and reminding folks that that's available.
Yes, thank you guys.
All right, folks, you guys all have a great Thanksgiving, and we will look forward to talking to folks at the end of the month. Take care.